Hi there, that's right. Guess who? Nick Dutch back on the camera yet again. Now, on this particular YouTube channel, what I do is tarot readings. Now, just to quickly recap and remind you, a tarot reading is predominantly an entertainment service. However, you can get some kind of contemplative therapeutic benefit from it as a result of the actual reading itself and the conversation which comes as a result of that. Now, today we're tackling a rather interesting inquiry. We've got someone who seems to be going through the process of selling their home and wanting to move into a new place. So some of the questions which I've been asked by this person is about their living condition and whether they're going to be able to get into a new place that they're actually going to like. Also, this individual is rather concerned about her realtor, her estate agent basically, to see whether there is some kind of problems with that individual. So let's just see what comes through. Today we're going back to the Book of Thoth because I think it would be good for this particular type of question, and anyway, I like it. Let's have a quick look. She also asked about her relationship. Now, I'll try and fit all these things into the time of the video and still taking it, one step at a time, as I always say, and see what kind of things come through. Now, as far as a change in your living conditions concerned, yes, we've got some very good signs of that. I mean, the way that the reading is describing things is predominantly with a sense of stability. Now, we can tell there's a sense of stability there because we've got some very good strong coin signs. Now, the suit of coins relates to the element of earth, which talks about stability, it talks about your bread and butter on the table, it talks about matters of money, and there's a strong sense of stability here. We've also got a sense of essentially work being done for the purposes of actually getting you there to that position of stability. But there's also a message that right now it's seeming like a real struggle at times. A bit like, what's that Greek character called? Sisyphus, the guy who's always pushing the boulder up the hill and the carries on rolling down again. He's got to carry on pushing it back up yet again. So yes, there is, as is evident within the reading, a sense of there being some kind of frustration and a need to try and overcome some obstacles. But the way that the reading is describing it is still seeing you as being a strong individual who's capable of actually making something really, really good happen in your life as a direct result of this promotional work that you're doing to try and get this particular change put in place. Okay, so carry on talking to your estate agent. The way that I'm feeling this is it's a bit like talking to a brick wall. You've been carrying on forcing the idea of like, I want this done, I want this done, I want this done, and he's basically going yada yada yada. Now, is that right? I don't know, but essentially that's what the reading is trying to suggest to me. But there's a feeling of carrying on progressing. Now, let's just have a look at the relationship between yourself and your realtor with your estate agent, and see what kind of messages we get there. Bear with me a second, please. Obviously, the very fact that you've asked suggests that you've got concerns about this. Now, if you've got concerns about this, maybe it'll be worthwhile, second guessing or challenging your realtor anyway, because there is a feeling in you that something is not quite right here, okay? And the very fact that you're asking the question shows that to me without me even needing to look at the reading. However, on his side of the reading, there's a sense of there being disappointment. There's a sense that he could do an awful lot, but he's just not bothering. Do I feel he's actually being shady or dodgy or criminal? I don't feel confident in saying that because I don't really have enough information either in front of me here or from you. Can I really turn around to you and say that? Not really. We've not only got a sense of hope for the future on your side of things, but also a sense of putting much more control into this. So I feel you're going to be able to control your realtor with greater ease with the passage of time anyway, okay? So yes, the change in your living condition is going to happen. Yes, there's something wrong with your realtor, but I don't really see that, I can't really say that he's actually being a criminal or a dubious individual, so to speak. Now, you also asked about your relationship as well. All the hard questions for Nick Dutch today. Let's see what's coming through for you now. Bear with me a second, please. Alright, still the Book of Thoth Tarot. Another quick reading, relationship style. Okay, well, first and foremost, there is still love going on between you. So you've still got a relationship that's still in place. However, he's showing signs of being rather indolent. Namely, he's just lazy. Your partner is not showing signs of being able to move further forward with great ease. There's a sense on his side of things almost of depression, a sense of not being able to think his way out of a bit of a trap. There's a sense in this reading that he basically needs some variety of help and assistance to make him feel better about himself. It looks like he's going through some some processes, shall we say, to try and overcome his own doubts about himself, because he's doubting himself, he's not doubting you. Get that out of your mind. The energy between you is perfect, but he's the one who's got the issues. Do I feel he's with somebody else? No, I just don't see that. It's just not coming through for me, okay? But we can expand the reading and see how things are going to pan out within the future. Bear with me a second, please. Alright, well, your future part of the reading is looking very, very good indeed. Very strong signs of success and achievement, but there must be some reason why there are signs implying victory during your short-term future. Now, you can only have a victory if there's been a battle and the battle has been won. So there is a feeling of still some existing conflict, but also some communication which is going to be positive, which is going to allow you to overcome the difficulties. Now, as I said before, the energy between you looking very, very good indeed. Good old-fashioned Two of Cups, which can sometimes mean, the pure and perfect loving energy. Now, the signs relating to the future, obviously we had the short-term future, which is talking about that sense of victory there within that particular stave card. But just look at the combination of signs we've got here for your future part of the reading. A good quality spiritual sense of connection, okay, more loving signs, and a sense of success there. So that feels not bad. I mean, if that was a story in its own right, it would actually be quite a happy story. But it's coming after the sense of the conflict, with a feeling of there needing to be, and there going to be, a victory afterwards. So you're right in the middle of a number of challenges. Obviously, the quantity of stress you must be under at the moment must be incredible. You're going through the process of selling your house, which is one of the most stressful things. You're thinking about moving and hoping that that's going to work out okay. You're dealing with your partner who's got his head up his backside, and basically everything is really rather tricky for you right now. Now, with the passage of time, it does look like there is going to be improvement. So just try and consider the fact that these things are just going to slowly pass away, but not by themselves. Now, if you've got those signs of victory, and we've seen within the story of the reading that there must be a sense of conflict before then, that means you've got difficulties to be overcome. Alright, so carry on looking after yourself, carry on being proactive and trying to work to get your reality to do his work. Carry on with communication and shared experiences with your lousy partner at the moment, and that's going to change, and he's going to start calming down and start seeing things in an even light and in an even keel. No, I don't think he's going to leave you. That's just a rapid synopsis. You've asked me a lot of questions. I try to fit it into the video itself, and of course I want to fit in my groovy transitions and all the rest of that. Now, as is traditional, okay, if you have not requested this particular reading video, but you would like to have a free tarot reading, obviously make sure you subscribe to this channel anyway, okay? But submit a reading request via private message, not in the comment section. You can add plenty of comments as well if you want, okay? And of course, give me lots of lovely 5 stars. But do make sure you subscribe, send me a private message through YouTube, and I'll be more than happy to add you to the rota when it comes round to me doing the reading for you. I'll be able to fit you in. Obviously, rate, comment, subscribe, share, favourite the reading. Shove this particular video on Twitter, Facebook, MySpace, all the rest of that. And that will, of course, help the cause. It'll provide you with the option to have your reading or any reading seen by more people, okay? So I'll bid you good fortune and God bless for the moment. And we'll speak again soon. Bye for now.